Hello and welcome to Glendale High School for some district basketball here in Class 6 District 5. It's the Nixa Eagles taking on the Ozark Tigers. I'm Brady Reed alongside my partner Ryan Swanson. Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Postseason's about to start. I'm excited for the district tournament. Should be a good one.
It really should be a really stacked district here in Southwest Missouri. Probably the, four top teams in the area, in my opinion. Central, Kickapoo, Nixa, Glendale. I mean, you have some studs in this district. I mean, you look at it, you have Tyreek Brooks, Keon Epps. Who else? Kickapoo, Jackson Shorter, Reese Kimry, Nixa, Adam McKnight, Josh Peters. I mean, just tons of talent all across the board. Sorry, I forgot to mention Amari Whittem, another player who's an absolute stud. So this district across the board is probably one of the best in the area, probably the best in the area. And now we have a COC matchup here between two county foes, the Nixa Eagles and the Ozark Tigers. The two teams last saw each other, what was that, last Friday?
Yep.
And it was a 69 to, did you say the 9th?
Yeah, my fault.
It's the 29th right now.
Yeah, leap year's already getting to me.
The 22nd?
There we go. I don't know why I said that.
The 22nd. It was 69-52. The Eagles came out on top, but a great milestone was hit by the senior forward, Jace Watley, as he got point number 1,000. It took him about 3 or 4 free throws, but he finally got it in the hole.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment for him, especially in junior year. Hope he has a good year ahead of him. Well,
he's a senior.
I don't know why I think he's junior. I'm off right now, but
yeah, he's a senior.
Hopefully he doesn't want his career to end tonight, especially last time they played the Eagles, lost by double digits.
And it could be a absolute repeat of last year. It was a win by the Eagles at Ozark, and then it was another win by the Eagles at Ozark in district play. So, I mean, a little deja vu.
A little bit. I mean, even in that game, even though it was in Ozark for districts, that game, Nixa to the 1, Ozark to the 8, that one, the Eagles only won that game by 3, so definitely could be interesting. It's always hard to beat a team twice. You'll hear coaches and players say it all the time. It'll be interesting to see how that goes, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. Should be close.
One number to look at on this stats from the other night's game was the free throw percentage. The Eagles shot 65% from the line. It was 100 coming from Combs, 69 coming from McKnight, which is better than usual. I mean, he usually sits around 50. So that number's going up a lot. We got 75 from Garrett Hines, and then you go up to Jackson Cantwell. You have 0, and Kevon Flint, 67. And last week's player of the game, of course, was Kevon Flint. I mean, absolute stud. He did about everything. He ran the one. He went in and scored whenever he wanted. And I think the key to the Eagles winning a district championship is how Kevon Flint plays.
I think it's going to come from both the Flint brothers. Both of them they really bring the energy off this bench. We know we've talked about that bench line for the Nixa Eagles that the whole team does, but it's really the Flint brothers that really bring the energy during that, when the bench comes out in the court for the starting line, when about 5 minutes into the first quarter when they sub off. They're the ones that normally get the energy going and get the scoring going if the starters can't get it going, but it'll be very interesting to see. Had a few high real plays in that one. It's going to be a fun one, especially meeting a team back-to-back is very rare in high school basketball, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
And you say meeting a team back-to-back, meeting your conference rival, I mean, a town 7 minutes east, if that.
I mean, if you
live on the border, it's a walk.
Yeah, right where I live, it's like a 2-minute drive, and I'm in Ozark. So
exactly. I mean, shoot, some of these people may be neighbors. You never know. I mean, it's right at the line. It's going to be a good game. I can tell you that right now. Ozark the other night, I was expecting a Hudson Roberts show, and I didn't get all that I expected. Yes, he had 13 points, but taking the lead was Watley, and then to add it on, the incoming senior, the transfer coming from New Jersey, Michael Ford. And he had a warm welcome to the backyard brawl with 13 points, and he played pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I'm very intrigued to see about in this game was in Nixa, which pretty good gym to shoot in. Eagles shot 33 from three-point land, Ozark 38. But one thing that I've seen through a couple of games and warm-ups with these teams at this gym, Glendale's rims are not the most forgiving. Definitely not like Willard, but definitely if you don't get the inside part of the rim, it's going to bounce out. So not going to get too many lucky bounces in this one tonight. So if any of these teams are going to plan on shooting the ball, they got to be locked in from deep. It'll be interesting to see, but during the warm-ups for Joplin Kickapoo, both teams were missing bad. I mean, right now on and off from guys in the warm-ups. We'll see how it goes actually come game time, but
Ryan,
excited to see.
Let me find this bracket real quick because the program doesn't have it, but starting it off, I believe it was a Central win. It was an absolute blowout. I think they had close to 90 points. And then game number 2, it was the 4-5. Probably one of the best games of the night, the Republic Tigers taking on the Glendale Falcons, and it was the Tigers falling. Hagewood and his Tigers couldn't get the job done. It was Whittam and the Falcons coming out on top. I mean, a very, very close game. It came down to the wires. I think it was what Coach Boyce said there was a Glendale 2-point lead with 45 seconds left, and then we didn't get to watch the rest of it. We walked in and
game ended 66-63 in favor of the Falcons.
Yeah, the Republic was giving their last hugs and everything, and that's all she wrote for that game. And then the Chiefs had a offensive explosion. I mean, they weren't being stopped by Joplin. Joplin didn't score a point in the first quarter against the team. It was 19-0 to end the first, and that sums up the whole game. I can tell you that right there. That first quarter does.
Definitely, and will be interesting. I know no one on the Eagles team is going to be looking ahead, but that is who the winner of this game, if I believe, will be playing in the next round of districts. Is the winner of this game will face Kickapoo. So that's going to be a fun one on Saturday night.
Nixa Kickapoo doesn't love it. I mean, I don't remember the last time that wasn't the district championship game in basketball. I mean, what, 2019, 2020, maybe? Because then it was Ozark and Nixa for a while, but the Chiefs and the Eagles rivalry in the district championship game goes on for a long, long time. Now they're going to be seeing each other in the semifinal with the Eagles' victory here. But, I mean, you don't want to count out Coach Schweitzer and his Tigers because I'm telling you right now, they could shock the state of Missouri and come out on top and win. And honestly, they could win the whole district. They are an underdog in this, but they're not an underdog at the same time. Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They are a very good basketball team.
They are the dark horse. Since we're getting, I know it's a leap day, so unfortunately it's not March yet, but I'm still going to get a March Madness bracket here. The St. Peter's, if you will.
The St. Peter's Peacocks.
Of the district tournament. So definitely a team that can make a run. They have a tall task ahead of them, but Blanton needs to be telling his guys, sure, we've already beat them once, but districts, playoffs, it's neutral ground. It's a whole different ball game than it was back at Eagle Fieldhouse. They got to be ready for this one.
For sure, and we are not going to sit down for starting lineups the national anthem. The PA announcer's a little quiet in the gym. Yeah, no one can really hear him. We can't even hear him in here, but it's very hot, Ryan, to say the least.
I mean, Glendale's gym definitely isn't the biggest, and when you pack this many people in here, that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, when they put the biggest class in the area in the gym, it's very tough. The gym's kind of, people are exiting as most, it was very packed for that Republic Glendale game. You couldn't walk. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder. You were bumping into people. It was very tough to get into the gym, so it's been a smaller crowd so far, a smaller Eagles crowd, which is very shocking, saying it's Nixa Ozark. Ryan, you got anything else?
I'm ready for a basketball game.
So am I. I'm very excited for a basketball game, and actually I want to point out one more thing. Was Cohen George the other Friday night? He had 3 fouls in the first half. He's 6'9", an absolute monster in the paint, and honestly, it's kind of hurt the Tigers to a point because they didn't have that big man presence. Of course, they had Watley, but what are you going to do when you have McKnight and Cantwell inside? That's hard to stop.
Yeah, that's one thing, especially since this Eagles team shot really well from the free throw line. The Tigers got to stay out of the foul column in this one. They got to limit the chances the Eagles get at the line. They're going to have to find a way to get stops on defense. They can't try and send the line, which is what they did last game.
How many attempts was it, Ryan?
26 attempts from the Eagles from the free throw line. They made 17 of them.
Which is, as a coach, I mean, yeah, you would like the higher number, but 17 out of 26 still isn't terrible, saying the horror stories from the Eagles at the free throw line.
And it definitely has gotten better over the course of the season. So will be interesting. I feel like a lot of these guys can make those big free throws in the clutch moments. It's going to be interesting. And the playoff journey begins once again.
Folks, whatever you did in the regular season doesn't matter anymore. It's one and done. You lose, you're out. Which is something else because anything could happen on any given night.
One thing the Eagles got to be ready for, they got to be ready to weather a storm. This Ozark team lost the first time these two teams played. It's neutral ground. It's playoff basketball. It's one and done. I'm expecting the Ozark Tigers to come out aggressive and fast. They got to weather the storm.
Cantwell wins the tip. The starters on the court for the Eagles will be Kemp, Hines, McKnight, Peters, and Cantwell. It will be Pickering, Ford, Watley, Roberts, and George for the Tigers. And there's a quick turnover coming from the Eagles as Kemp was looking for Hines in the corner right in front of the Tigers student section. Will go out of bounds. Tigers basketball. Here's Michael Ford to bring it up court for the Tigers. He will cross half court to set up the offense. Guarded by Hines. Hands it off. Here's Roberts. Screen brought on by Watley. He goes the other way. Cuts through the lane. Shot is blocked. Foul will be called. It will send Roberts to the line to shoot two. Roberts had a down game the other night, only scoring 13, and he's been the leader for this Ozark team. Foul charge to Adam McKnight, his first. The first free throw is down from Roberts. Second free throw from Roberts is also good. Kemp to bring it up court. The Tigers sitting in a 2-3 zone. Ford moves over, moves it on the near wing. Here's Peters moving around the perimeter, picks up his dribble between the lines, gets it over Kemp. Looks inside, here's up top. Kemp, pump fake pass for three, got it!
That's a beautiful pump fake right there from Devin Kemp. And when you're playing this 2-3, you got to use those cross-court passes. Got to watch for that overcommit on the shift and find an open spot cross-court. That's the best way I've seen teams, especially Ozark, against Ozark, break this 2-3.
Here's Ford driving through the lane, throws it up, no good. Watley with the putback, it is good. Now bringing it up will be Devin Kemp. 6:48 on the clock. The Tigers leading 4-3 here early in the first. The free throw line jumper is good from Adam McKnight. He'll get his first points of the game.
And Ozark gave him a lot of space in that first game. Don't give him space in the mid-range. He may not have the best three-point jumper in the gym, but he's got a good mid-range to his game.
Here's Roberts. He slips and falls. Traveling violation will be called. So it looks a little scary there as Roberts lost his footing driving to the hoop, but luckily he's okay. Here's Kemp now, looks inside, turnaround jumper, poked free there by Roberts. Foul's going to be called. Sends McKnight to the line to shoot two.
And right there, I think a little bit of hesitation, the pump fake. I don't think that was really needed. McKnight could have gone up with that jump shot. He had all the space. This 2-3, even though it's 2-3, they are playing way up in it, so the middle of the floor is just wide open. Until they start guarding that spot, McKnight can just take jump shots whenever he wants.
First free throw from McKnight. Will go off the front iron and roll in. Set the shot, no good there. Rebound Watley. So Eagles retreat back to defense. Roberts brings it up court. Gets it over. Far wing, there's Ford. Top of the key, Watley. Looks backdoor for Roberts, decides to hold on to it. Gets it to George. George starts his dribble. Gets it over to Roberts in the corner. Brought on there was Kemp. He'll foul Roberts.
One thing with Ozark's game is they play very high. They either play on the high post, the baseline, or the elbows. Not really a team that gets a lot of shots from the wings and from the corner. So I feel like the man's good, but I've seen 2-3 work against this team before. They got to be ready for those inside-out style basketball. That's what they look for, is an inside pass baseline and then cut it back up to the three-point line.
Here's Watley, far wing, moves it around near wing Pickering. The freshman Pickering driving to the hoop. The elbow jumper will go. Now Kemp looks up court fast. Here's Hines in the corner. Gets it over. Kemp hesitates, looks inside McKnight. The turnaround fadeaway jumper will go. McKnight's jump shot is looking really smooth tonight. And a heat check from Roberts. He got it. A deep one.
That's how you answer it. That one, Tigers hit the lead. You can't give him that much space on that one.
Standing at the Falcon is Kemp. He moves it over far wing Peters. Screen brought on by Cantwell. Moves around near wing 3. Kemp left open. No good. Fighting for the rebound will be Watley. He'll come down with it. He'll wave off Roberts. Brings it up himself. Looks for Pickering. Pickering pulls it back out beyond the arc. A push off there on George as he full arm extended on Devin Kemp. Catches the pass inside. He'll be charged with his first.
And that's a clear one right there. Full extension of the arms, get a push off right there. I mean, everyone in the gym knew that one was going to get called.
Here's Kemp to bring it up court. Peters coming off a screen, now driving baseline. The floater, no good. Rebound there by Watley. Watley moves it up, hits the outlet man. That's forward in the corner. Here's Pickering, sets his feet and fires. Got it.
There's another empty
Tigers
possession.
up on 4 points.
And here comes the bench for the Eagles. If there's another empty possession and a jump shot, it's going to be a timeout. Lansing have to regather the troops if they can't get some offense going.
Falling to the ground, fading away. Traveling violation will be called, and here comes the Eagles bench who brings the energy. Everybody will leave besides McKnight. So on the floor for the Eagles, it'll be Foster, both Flint brothers, Combs and McKnight.
And this is something we've seen. It's kind of like a common theme of this Eagles team is the first quarter is normally where they struggle. Struggle to get points up, a couple of costly turnovers. It takes them a little bit to get into the game and get dialed in.
Here's Pickering breaking the press, now guarded by Foster. Cross-court pass, picked off by Flint. He tried to keep it in bounds, won't. It'll be out of bounds, remain Tigers basketball. So he took a good jump there.
A little bit late to react to that one and still got a hand on it. If he got the reaction off on the right time, that's a breakaway and probably tears the rim off the goal.
That's the defensive back instinct in him. Pass in the backcourt. Here's Ford, guarded by Randy Flint. Looks in the corner. Here's George. George standing, throws it up. Jump ball to Watley, tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Tigers.
A jump ball, double team with McKnight and Combs is an interesting choice of a play right there. Lucky that one wasn't stolen.
Throws it inside. Here's Watley fading away. No good off the back iron. Rebound there by Roberts. Poked free there by Kevon Flint. Fighting for it will be Watley, taken away by Randy Flint. Flint will look up court. Jump ball one. Inside. Here's McKnight through contact and one. Adam McKnight.
And that might be something that can change some momentum right there. Beautiful setup to that pass right between the numbers with the no-look pass from Combs. That is, I mean, you can't teach that. That's a beautiful pass in the right spot.
I'm telling you, every time I watch him, he looks more and more like Kale. And it's really starting to show. Here's Roberts, guarded by Kevon Flint. Pulls it back out in between the lines. Picks up his dribble, gets it over Ford. Ford pulls it back out. Gets it over near wing Pickering. Pickering picks up his dribble, guarded by Foster. Bounce pass over George. George guarded by Combs. Across court pass. Tiptoe by Roberts. Looks inside. Watley tipped around. Fighting for it. Will find the hands of Ford left open for three. His shot no good off the back iron. Fighting for the board will be Kevon Flint. He's going to move it up court. They'll drive to the hole. Go up on George. The lay is no good. Fighting for the rebound. McKnight puts a body up. Ford jumping. That shot's no good. Rebound there by Foster. Foul will finally be called.
A little bit lucky that there wasn't a basket on that transition offense right there. I mean, you saw two of the guys just look back and looked at each other and like, where are we going? Flint took advantage of that and drove into the lane off a little bit of a miscommunication.
Checking into the game for the Tigers will be Jake Gardner and Manny Stover. Out comes Roberts and Cohen George. Combs coming off a screen. Far front court. He'll get the inbound, hand it off now near front court. Stands Flint. Flint moves it around the perimeter to Randy Flint. Back to Kevon Flint. One more time, Randy Flint. Back over Kevon Flint. Here's Bryce Foster near wing. Kevon Flint will attack the hole. Finds Combs far wing three. It's a deep one. No good. Rebound Ford.
And that's how you attack a 2-3 right there. The ball moves quicker than the feet. You got to get them to overcommit on that shift right there. They found the spot, just couldn't get the jump shot.
Pickering fadeaway jumper. No good. Watley fighting inside, throws it off the glass, and it is good. 14-10, the Tigers lead. Here's Combs. Combs back over Randy Flint. The Eagles looking for any spark of offense. McKnight has 7 of the 10. Fighting through McKnight, kicks it out, Kevon Flint. 2:02 left on the clock here in the first. Now Randy Flint, spin move back out. Combs pump fake, looks for Foster. He'll find a hole, the floater won't go. Rebound there, fighting for it's Pickering, falling on the ground. Timeout given to Coach Schweitzer with 1:47 left on the clock.
I think Foster enough room, I mean, at least from where I was sitting, to take that all the way in. I don't think the floater is a little bit unnecessary. I mean, there would have been a little bit of contact, but I think he would have had a chance to get a good shot off with the layup.
And we're going to take a quick break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. And we are back from the break, brought to you by Night Heating and Air. The pass in here from Gardner, looks for anybody, gets it over Watley. Watley guarded by McKnight. McKnight will press off. And throwing to Gardner, taken away, one-hand grab there by Flint. Flint's going to be driving, he might go coast to coast. Folks, he will. 14-12, Kevon Flint. Another crazy finish, almost poked free there by Combs. Foul will be called.
And over the last 2 games, especially against Ozark, I think Kevon Flint is Hall of Fame acrobat on. He's got some of these crazy layups to fall.
I don't know how he's doing it either.
I don't know either. He makes it look easy, too.
The body control he has is just, I mean, it's crazy. Here's Stover. Looks inside. Watley posted up on McKnight. Drives baseline. Poked free there by Kevon Flint. He's going to move it up court now. Pump fake. He might go coast to coast again. Folks, he will and one. Are you kidding me? Kevon Flint.
And this is around the point of the game where the Eagles begin to find their groove and get into the spot they get into and really hold that spot for the rest of the game. At least especially when we've been in conference play, especially in that Ozark game.
He won't convert at the line. Fighting for the board will be Peters. He'll hit it out of bounds. So all tied up at 14. Here with 1:11 in the first. It's been a long one. Controlling the ball in the backcourt will be Stover. He looks to blow past Combs. Hands it off Ford. Ford driving to the rim. The layup will go. Now Flint to bring it up court. 50 seconds. Back to Combs, bounce pass over, Flint. Moves around, here's Foster. Back to Flint. The Eagles are waiting for the last possession here. Looks inside, here's McKnight. Fighting through some contact, the layup is good. 24 seconds left on the clock, all tied up at 16. Schweitzer telling his Tigers to slow it down, and Stover will set up the offense. Hands it off Ford in the right front court, moves it around. Gardner picks up his dribble, looking for anywhere. Finds Ford, throws it inside. Here's Watley. Shot is blocked by Peters. Taken away, and the buzzer will sound. 16-16 as McKnight was wanting to charge there inside, and he kind of caught a body from Watley. Schweitzer's down there arguing with the refs. He's not happy at all. 16-16.
It's rivalry basketball, guys. It's going to get a little heated. The coaches are going to get a little lippy. I love it.
We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Scooter's Coffee. 16-16 heading into quarter number 2. Gardner to bring it up court. Pass over. Here's Roberts in the corner. Stover. Back over. Wing 3 from Roberts. Drills it.
Good jump shot, young man. Wow.
A deep 3 from Roberts. He has 8. Foster drives the hole, kicks it back out. Back inside to Foster. Throws it up. Won't finish. Rebound. He'll get it himself. Back off Peters. And he'll get hit hard by Gardner, as McKnight and Peters both fell on each other. Foul called there on Cohen George. His second.
And Cohen George, last game these two played fouled out, so definitely one who's gotten in foul trouble as of recently. Got to be careful. One of the main reasons Nick was able to get to the line so much.
Foster will check out. In comes Hines. So on the court for the Eagles will be Hines, Peters, Combs, McKnight, and Kevon Flint. Peters at the line for a second free throw. No good. Rebound tipped around. Won by the Eagles. Here's Peters. He'll get inside. McKnight going to the hoop. Throws it off the glass, and it is good. All tied up at 19. Here's Gardner. Hands it off Roberts. Roberts tucks. Poke free by Combs, and it will stay with the Tigers.
I don't know if everyone saw right there, but Cohen George had a bad hook on McKnight. Had his hand under his armpit and just kind of grabbing on his arm. Lucky he didn't get called right there because that was a bad grab. I mean,
In for the Tigers right now, Jace Watley, Finn Scott, Cohen George, Manny Stover, and Hudson Roberts. Another deep 3, no good. Roberts can't convert. Rebound there by Flint, taken away by Stover, and it is good. Flint to move it up court now, setting up the Eagles offense. Gets it over Combs, back to Flint. Cross-court pass one more time, Kevon Flint. He works his way into the corner, back to the top of the key. Here's Combs. Flint. Combs, pump fake, back to Flint. Here's inside, taken away by Roberts. It's going to be 3-on-1, back over Scott. One more time, Stover can't finish. Rebound, Roberts, and one. Roberts finishes at the hoop. Foul called on Hines, and Kevon Flint will finally get a break. The Eagles now find themselves down by 4 with 6:22 here in game number 1. The free throw, no good. Rebound there by Kemp. We see Meltebarger head to the scores table. Bounce pass over Combs. Here's Kemp in the corner. Pump fake. Starts his dribble. Back over Combs. Kemp, far wing, moving it back around. Combs sets his feet, fires. No good. Rebound Peters. Picks up his dribble. Back out. Kemp for 3. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Peters over to Hines, keeping it alive. Back to Peters. Oh my goodness, sliding on the ground. Back over to Kemp. Hines pump fake.
You got to get
back
points
over
as possession.
Kemp. Inside McKnight. He'll work inside. Goes up. Foul called on the ground. Given to Cohen George. That's going to be his 3rd. Combs will come out after being on the court for about 10 minutes. In comes Meltebarger.
Might have gotten a little bit lucky there on the Eagles. Maybe 1 or 2 travels they got away with. Hines kind of slid on the floor a bit, going for that loose ball. McKnight might have gotten away with a little bit of his pivot foot coming up.
And Schweitzer is letting the ref hear about it. Here's Peters in the corner. Gardner breaks down on the shot. Hines. Far wing. Back around Kemp. Kemp stands at the Falcon at center court. Back over Peters, left open for 3, and it's off. Rebound McKnight fighting through contact. A double dribble will be called.
The Knicks having a bad night so far from three-point line, 1 for 7. All I'm saying is even though it's a 2-3, Ozark's eyes are all up by the three-point line. They're a little up for a 2-3. Not exactly close to the baseline, so maybe look for a backdoor cut baseline to try and get a layup to just get the offense going.
Here's Scott, gets it over Pickering. Pickering falling to the ground. Taken away there by Peters, sliding on the ground. Fighting for it, gets it off to Hines. Hines driving. Shot is blocked. Rebound there by McKnight. And he's going to say he stepped out of bounds.
And Pickering for the Tigers, a little slow to get up. A little bit of a
And Jackson Cantwell will head back to the score table and check back in. Pickering was slow to get up. And it was just chaos there. As both teams find themselves in the scoring drought right now. Here's Scott, gets it over Gardner. Gardner looks for Roberts. Roberts throws it away in the hands of Kemp. Kemp on the fast break. He'll pull it back out, spinning through the lane, looks inside Cantwell, pump fake, back out Kemp. Over Hines. Hines now driving to the hoop. Sets his feet, the floater, no good off the back iron, gets his own rebound. The turnaround jumper will go.
You missed the floater, instead hit him with the turnaround fadeaway mid-range jumper. Works every time, I promise you that.
Here's Scott now, 23-21. Watley now standing beyond the arc, hands it off. Pickering. Pickering stands on the near wing. Looks in the corner, here's Roberts. Back out Scott. Back to Roberts, coming off the screen. His shot is good.
And Roberts has gotten
Hudson Roberts, have yourself a night.
He's 3 for 4 from three-point land. A lot of his points, really, have just been coming off some of those off-screen plays where they just lose his man off an off-ball screen and gets a pass into the corner.
Here's Peters, back over. Kemp sets his feet and shoots, no good. Back out Cantwell one more time. Hines. Hines now driving the corner, step through off the glass, and it is good. Timeout called by Coach Blansett with 3:39 left on the clock, 26-23.
And one thing I do want to say real quick is I know earlier in the pregame show I said some teams might have a little bit of difficulty shooting this gym. The rims are a little stiff. Well, Ozark's 4 for 6 from three-point land. Nixa's 1 for 9. So one team definitely is struggling right now. The Eagles just can't find anything from deep. They're 9 for 14, though, inside, a 64% field goal conversion percentage. I just think that outside isn't where you get a lot of your points here. They're playing a 2-3. I know that covers the baseline, but you get a pass in the middle and get everyone to collapse, maybe a cut back door. They're playing a little bit too far up for a 2-3. Might have a chance to get something down low. All I'm saying is not every shot has to come from the three-point line. And you're only down 3, shooting 11% from three-point land. So, I mean, that's something you can hang your head over.
26-23. Finn Scott to bring the ball up court, moves it around Watley. In the corner, here's Pickering, gets the jump, the shot, no good. Rebound, Peters moving it up court. Here's Kemp. Kemp, bounce pass over, driving through. Melta Barger throws it off the side of the hoop. Out of bounds, it'll be Tigers basketball.
I guess it just slipped out of Lane's hand. It's not a great shot on that one, as that was his first shot of the day. It's off the side of the backboard.
Michael Ford will check in for Finn Scott. I don't really know what happened there.
Right before the end of the quarter, I think both teams need to get aggressive here. Try and get some points, play fast, play quick, get some turnovers.
Here's Roberts driving to the lane, falls short, tipping around, gets his own rebound, fighting for it. Jump ball. Should be Eagles basketball. As Kemp got in there, it will be.
This is huge for Nixa. Chance to tie the game up again. Only 3 minutes left in the second. I feel like you need to play a bit aggressive here. Try and get a turnover or two, get some points, play fast, play quick. Almost like how you opened up the game.
Here's Hines, a free throw line jumper, automatic.
He's 2 for 2 from that spot tonight. Got 6. And 4 coming from that spot on the floor. When he's on from that spot.
Bounce pass inside. Here's Watley. Step through, won't finish, rebound. Gardner, and it will go.
And I get it. Great job getting the first stop, but you got to have communication on the box out and get that rebound.
Here's Hines. Thinks about it. Deep on the near wing. Inside Cantwell. Back out. Melta Barger fighting through some contact. Bounce pass over. Three-point shot contested. Foul will be called on Cantwell for a push.
Again, another missed 3 for the Eagles. Now they're 1 for 11. Again, I just don't think the three-point line is where you need to solve this game. Right now, it's the defensive end, get some more stops, but you got to get some shots from inside. I get it. You got to shoot to get your confidence back in your three-point line, but maybe get a couple shots inside before going back to the three-point land.
Ford hands it off Pickering. Pickering jab step, pulls it back out from beyond the arc. Now gets it over Ford. Ford working his way around, picks up his dribble, jump through, traveling violation called on Ford. Eagles basketball with 1:59. Now both Flint brothers will enter. Peters will check out. On the court right now, it will be the Flint brothers, Devin Kemp, Cantwell, and Hines. Kemp will bring it up court, gets it over Flint. Screen brought on. Cantwell, Kevon Flint driving, back out. Devin Kemp now driving to the hole, gets held, can't finish. Rebound there by Gardner. Moves it up court, here's Ford. Ford looking to go all the way. He will. Foul will be called. Michael Ford will head to the line to shoot two.
Offensively, it's just falling apart right now for the Eagles. Can't get anything going.
Ford shot 100% last game from the line on 6 attempts, and he will miss his first one today. Is that his second one?
That's
his
first
one. Stover and Scott will check in. Out comes Roberts and Pickering. Watley, Gardner, Ford, not Pickering, Scott and Stover on the court for the Tigers. Second free throw coming from Ford. And it won't go. Fighting for the board. Foul will be called. It'll be Nixa basketball. Foul charge there to Jake Gardner.
I do want to say real quick with 1:36 left, if you're Blancett and the Eagles, don't overthink this. You don't need to get fancy here. Just get a good drive. Just get a bucket. Doesn't matter how you get it. Just get one. And it doesn't have to be a three. If it's just a layup, cool. Get some points. You can't go into the half on the drought that you're on right now. You got to get something to fall.
Here's Hines. Near wing. Picks up his dribble, moving around the perimeter. Flint finds a hole. The floater won't go. Rebound there by Watley. And the Eagles are absolutely struggling right now on the offensive side of the ball. Only down by 3. 9% from three-point land and 59 from the field. Watley holds it, standing at the Falcon. 50 seconds left on the clock. Guarded by Cantwell, gets it over Scott. 46 seconds left on the clock. Moving it around is Scott, picks up his dribble, gets it over. Here's Stover, double team brought on. Pass almost taken away there by Kevon Flint. Here's Ford in the corner. The Eagles get back on defense. Cross-court pass over Stover, driving baseline. Lose control, fighting on the ground will be Hines, gets it up. Randy Flint. 26 seconds left on the clock. Flint gets in the corner to Kevon Flint. Cross-court pass, Hines left open. He'll pump fake and control the basketball with 18 seconds left on the clock. 28-25, Randy Flint now. 13 seconds left on the clock, stands at the Falcon. Starts his dribble, screen brought on by Cantwell. Back out, one more time on the screen. Back over Hines, 5 seconds. It's a volleyball line three, no good. Tipped around, and it will be controlled by the Tigers. 28-25 going into half. Folks, we have a good one on our hands. The Tigers putting the Eagles on upset alert. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. And welcome back to Glendale High School in Springfield, Missouri for Class 6 District 5 action here in quarterfinal number 4 of the day. 28-25, the Ozark Tigers are putting the Eagles on upset alert. I mean, it's not March just yet, but why not get a little upset going early? And, Ryan, I'm not a fan of it at all.
No, I'm not. One thing I am urging the Eagles to do is take a step back from the three-point line. 1 for 12, 8% from three-point land in that half. That is, I mean, you can say bad rims all you want. That is a stat that no coach or fan will ever be happy with. And really, I'm kind of surprised that the Eagles haven't taken a drive inside. That's what worked for them in the last game. Went inside, got points up at the rim, and caused them to foul. The Eagles went 17 for 26 line. They took 26 shots from the free throw line. And tonight, they've only shot 6. So I'm just saying, take it to the basket. If they come out in this 2-3, keep swinging the ball, wait for a guy to overcommit, find a lane, and no lazy floater. Put some muscle on you, go up and take the layup and take the contact. If you miss, cool. But if you get the foul, that's a shot for 2 free points. If you get the bucket and the and one, cool. That puts momentum back in your team. I mean, listen, they've been playing that bad and they're only down 3. That's not something, it's not panic time yet. But, you're not going to be beating the Kickapoos and the Centrals if we play like this, even if we get past this first round. So right now, that's what I think they really need to do. If you're going to go back to the three-point line, you got to attack the inside first, because right now this 2-3 they're playing, their 2 guys are sitting up basically at the three-point line, and the 3 are on the volleyball line. They're not even covering the baseline at this point.
Hudson Roberts leading the Tigers from beyond the arc right now, shooting 3 for 4 at 75%. And then Kylan Pickering, the freshman, 1 for 1 at 100. And the only other 3 taken was by Michael Ford, and he did not make it. So right now, 4 threes hit compared to the Eagles' 1 for 12, which is.
But the Eagles are also 59% from inside of the arc, and the field goal percentage are 59%. Take a couple shots inside, drive in, get a couple guys on a backdoor cut. The Flint brothers are 2 guys that really need to shine because they can take it to the basket. Kemp has the ability to when he's on the floor, McKnight especially. This is where the Eagles have been kind of missing this piece all year. Somebody has got to stand up and do something. We're down. We haven't had a lot of production. Someone's going to go, I'm taking this and I'm making a play, regardless of what anyone tells me. If I make it, cool. If I don't, I'm doing it again. We need somebody to step up and be that guy. This is where leaders are made. This is where the captains of the team have to shine, and that's where someone has to make a play. Because right now, if you don't, then you're going to be first-round exits.
Yeah, that's how it is. And honestly, you talked about taking to the hole and making a shot. Jace Combs is another player who can do that. He can do about anything right now. Play defense, shoot from wherever he wants, drive to the hole. He's a player also to watch in that aspect. The Eagles just need to get the offense going.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't have to be some crazy, drawn up, really good play. If it's just a loose ball on the ground, you pick it up and put it in the basket, cool. Just get some points. Again, don't overthink it. Just play the game. Play this game. You've been practicing for as long as you have. You went during summer shootouts. You've been doing this for a long time now. It's the ending part of the year. You know what you're doing. Don't overcomplicate it. Just play the game.
Yeah. Mark Schweitzer could add a very big win to his resume as Ozark head coach. Bringing up court, here's Ford over George. George hands it off. Pickering back over Ford. Backdoor, throws it up off the backboard. Ford was looking for George, and it won't be converted.
Listen, the defense for both teams has been great. 28-25 at the end of a half of a high school game is very good for a defense. Just both teams haven't been scoring.
Here's Hines near wing, moves it around Peters. Peters stands here, back to Hines. Hines now pulls it back out. Up Peters, one more time to Kemp. Kemp back over Peters. The float pass, Peters going to drive baseline. The pull-up jumper won't go. Rebound, McKnight fights through contact. He'll be fouled and go to the line, 2, shoot 2.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, if Peters goes up with that, he has a chance to draw a foul, but McKnight gets it down low, goes up with it, draws a foul. He makes these 2. It's a 1-point game. And you can't hold the ball with this 2-3 because they'll have enough time to get over and shift and get set. When it's a zone like this, you have to move the ball fast. You cannot hold the ball for longer than 2 seconds. It needs to be get the ball, look around. If you can't take a shot, swing it to the next guy.
First free throw is no good from McKnight. George comes out with 4 fouls here in the third with 7:25 left. In comes Jake Gardner.
to make that entire rant short. Just don't play like Michael Porter Jr. Swing the rock.
Second free throw will go. McKnight goes 1 for 2 at the line, making him 40% from the free throw line tonight. Here's Roberts, guarded by Kemp. Asking for some help. Here's near front court, standing is Gardner. Gardner, top of the wing. Watley, back over, forward screen brought on Watley. Bounce pass over, loses control of the basketball, and it will stay with the Tigers. And he'll change his call real quick. It will be Nixa basketball.
Good job checking that one. One thing the Eagles got to be careful for is this mismatch between Cantwell and Watley. I know Cantwell's bigger, but Watley definitely a little bit more agile and a little bit more speed. On that screen right there, they had the play. They just couldn't get the ball to him, and Ozark's been turning the ball over a lot. Ball security has been a problem.
Here's Peters now driving the pull-up jumper. Way too far. Rebound there by Roberts as he takes and passes up on a wide-open corner three. Here's Pickering. Looks inside. Watley spinning around, turning. No good. Rebound. And it won't be. It'll actually be rebounded by Ford in the corner. No one near the ball. Watley over Ford. Corner three. No good. Fighting for the board will be Watley. He'll get it over two Eagles. Top of the key. Roberts jab step, drive to the hole. The lay is no good. Rebound McKnight. McKnight gets it up to Kemp. It'll be a 2-on-1. He'll drive to the hoop. Bounce pass off to Hines, and it is good. 28-28.
There we go. A little bit of good momentum right there. A good transition bucket. Now the defense has been great. You got to get one more stop.
Here's Ford, moves it around Pickering. Pickering, bounce pass over Gardner. Gardner pulls it back out beyond the arc. Now Ford driving to the hole. Throws it out the glass, no good. Rebound Cantwell. Gets it up Kemp. Kemp looks for Peters in the corner. Moves it around. Here's Hines. Hines back in the corner, Peters. Back over, almost taken away. It is taken away by Ford. He'll drive to the hoop. The lay is good.
At this point, what I do is, with the matchup right now with Pickering on McKnight, I'm moving everyone to the three-point line. I'm letting Pickering and McKnight go with a jump ball. I feel confident in McKnight's ability to get that and get some points up on the board up and close.
Here's a bounce pass and a wrap-up tackle there by Gardner, and they'll call it in the air. No foul there, Burns? Clean? Gardner, a soccer player for the Ozark Tigers, who had a pretty good season, lost in the quarterfinals to the national champions in Rockhurst. So both these teams have something in common, losing in the quarterfinals to Rockhurst.
I was not having fun of that football game. You didn't have to bring that memory back, Brad.
Too soon, Ryan? My bad. I was on the football team. Peters comes out. He's going to go over to our trainer, Nico, to get checked out.
Cantwell did not make a single free throw in his 2 attempts last time against this team.
And he'll go 1 for 2 this time.
I used the announcer's curse to my advantage, that one.
30-29 now. Here's Ford to bring it up court. Looks over Watley. Watley stands near wing, moves it around. Gardner picks up his dribble, hands it off. Ford back out. Watley, he sets his feet and fires for 3. Got it.
It took him a while to get to that mismatch, but with Cantwell out wide on Watley, that is going to be a problem, and they need to keep running that until Cantwell makes a move to get a stop, or if Blancett subs him out.
Moving it around. Here's Kevon Flint driving to the hole, picks up his dribble. Back out Kemp. Kemp cross-court pass Hines. He shoots for 3. He got it. Another one. The senior, Garrett Hines. He has both three-pointers for the Eagles. And that's a big one to bring it back within 1. Inside, here's Pickering. The turnaround floater will go.
I just want to know, he only has one of them. Kemp had the first one at the beginning of the game.
Had the first one?
He had the first points of the game for the Eagles.
Here's McKnight, turnaround jumper. Won't go. Rebound Pickering. 35-32. Roberts gets it over Gardner. Driving to the hole, and 1. Jake Gardner. And the Ozark faithful is going crazy here in Glendale High School.
Flint going to the bench. If I was a betting man, he's probably going to take out Cantwell. Oh, well, I didn't even see Foster there either.
Kemp and Cantwell to head out. Foster and Randy Flint to head in. Only one on the court. Only 2 starters on the court, is Adam McKnight and Garrett Hines.
Lance needs to calm his guys down. You still got 12 minutes of basketball left. There's no time to freak out yet. But you got to get some offense going because right now, even though your defense has been playing pretty good, you're not going to be able to do anything without scoring some points.
Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Eagles basketball. All the rest are shaking their head yes on the right call. McKnight slow to get up. He's limping up court, and Blancy's going to have to get him out of the game. No, he won't. Looks like he's grabbing his hip. I can't really tell.
I thought he was grabbing his knee. It's something.
Yeah, it's his knee.
Lower body.
I don't really know.
It's a knee or an ankle if I was to take a guess. I don't think it's hip.
He's back moving just fine. Here's McKnight near wing. Driving to the hole. Back out. Foster one more time. Flint. Corner three. No good. Rebound there by McKnight. He goes up through contact. He'll finish at the hoop. No foul called there as Roberts kind of got him on the back of the head as he went up. 3-point game, 37-34. It's sat about this mark all game long. 3:30 left on the clock here in period number 3. Here's near wing. Roberts, cross-court pass. Gardner looks inside. Watley wins the jump ball, throws it up, and it is good. Three-point shot. Hines is good. Another one. Timeout. Nixa Eagles.
And Hines and McKnight with 14. Hines is really stepping up in a role when this Eagles team needs him most. As 2 of the 3 3-point makes for this Eagles team. He's currently 2 for 4 from three-point land. A little bit of a bright spot from this really bad three-point shooting team performance so far. But I do want to, again, their Ozark defensive scheme hasn't changed at all. I feel like driving inside is still going to be where this success is found. McKnight's doing well. Get him to foul. He can get a couple three-point plays going, get the Flints driving inside. I feel like it would open up a little bit more, and you don't have to worry about getting the right play up to set the three-point shot for Hines.
And it's 2 Hines bringing the energy here in Glendale. You have Garrett Hines with the big 3, and then Clayton Hines getting the NIXA chance going. And that break's going to be brought to you by Wise Guys Screen Printing. 39-37. It's a 2-point game. It's a low-scoring affair, but it's a really good game.
And if I'm Blanca, I'm looking at Kevon, Randy, or Foster, whoever is out there, and I'm telling them, Hudson Roberts, the moment he gets outside the arc, do not let him off your side. Stay on him like white on rice. He's 3 for 4 from three-point land, has 3 of the 5 makes for this Ozark team. Do not let him get another outside shot.
And the Eagles are coming out in a press.
I love it. I feel like we should have done this sooner. Bring the tempo up, try and generate a turnover. Just don't be careful, don't get beat over top.
Tip back almost into the backcourt, and Wadley didn't have his feet set in the front court yet. Is that not that court?
He didn't, and then again, Eagles got beat over top. Gardner, literally a gift. Nobody down there on the block with him. He got an easy layup.
Here's Foster. Over to Hines as something just fell, I think. And the energy just... Here driving inside, kicks it out, turnover there to Ford. Throw it in the corner, here's Roberts. Roberts hands it off, back to Gardner, back to Roberts. Combs led to the scores table. Moves it over, here's Pickering, up to the top of the key, Gardner. Inside, tipped around there by McKnight, fighting for it will be Watley. He'll look back inside, Gardner will put it up, and it is good. The Eagles now find themselves down by 6. Here's McKnight out. Flint, the deep floater, will go. 43, and Pickering's going to have a wide open lane. Cuts through, the layup is good. And the Eagles are just getting beat left and right. Foster will bring it up for the Eagles. Bounce pass over to Hines. Hines going to work on Roberts. Picks up his dribble at the volleyball line, moves it back around Randy Flint. 1:23 left on the clock. Flint almost loses control, gets over Hines. He takes another 3, no good. Rebound there by McKnight, the jumper, also no good. Fighting for the board will be Gardner. Foul will finally be called on Foster.
Again, we're getting the 109 left in the third, about to go to the fourth. Somebody has got to step up and make a play to get life back into this bench. Because if you look over right now, I mean, not a lot of energy from that bench whatsoever. It's still a 6-point game, though. You got time to come back, but somebody, doesn't matter who, has got to make a play.
And Coach Blanton's leaving his young core out there, hoping they can get the job done. As McKnight over pursuits there, and Watley's going to have an open lane, kicks in the corner, taken away there by Foster. Falling on the ground of it will be Hines, gets it up to McKnight. He'll drive to the hoop, the Euro step, off the glass, no foul called. Rebound there by Combs, puts it up, second chance will go. As the bumping and chipping starting to come, here's Gardner to bring it up court. 45-41, 44 seconds left on the clock.
If I'm Blanton, maybe not a full court press, but I'm picking up at half court the rest of this game. I'm bringing up the pressure the moment they cross half court.
And Hines looks like he's confused about something.
Ozark has been very bad about the turnovers. You got to find a way to get them to turn the ball over and get you some more possessions, because right now, the Eagles have been doing a pretty okay job at defense, but offense is just lifeless right now.
Here's Gardner, pulls it back out, guarded by Hines. Hands it off. Roberts, 15 seconds, breaks the count. Steps back up, 11 seconds on the clock. Screen brought on by Watley. Roberts will drive, guarded by Flint. Nowhere to go, taken away. Hit off the table there by Combs, 3.7 seconds on the clock.
And here, Watley's getting a little bit too aggressive on that. Lowered the shoulder a little bit. If you fall over and sell that, you're going to get the charge right there. So try and use Watley's aggression against him right there.
It's actually on Roberts. Roberts is bumping his shoulder hard, looks inside Watley. Charge called, and there it is, Ryan. Oh, my goodness. McKnight takes a big fall.
I mean, yeah, look, he's not worried about getting the basket at all. He's worried about lowering the shoulder on that play right there. Great job by McKnight to sell it. 2.3 seconds left, though. Not a lot of time to get a shot off. Someone's got to get ready to come from the backcourt to get this.
Gets it up to McKnight. 2 seconds on the clock. The clock starts. Shoots at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. He almost hits it. 45-41, and it's getting chippy here. It's coming down to the wire. We'll be back after this short break. Brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. Eagles basketball to start the fourth. 8 more minutes. The Eagles look to just get by here in round number 1, down by 4. The Tigers looking to pull up a big upset. Driving the hole, Flint kicks it out. Traveling violation will be called. There's a big turnover on the Eagles. It'll be Tigers basketball. The Eagles will come out on the press looking for anyone. And the 5-second count almost, but Ford's hit it in stride. Driving to the hole, goes up, throws it up, won't finish. Foul's going to be called there on Combs.
I said it earlier, if you're going to play this press, you can't get beat over top. And yeah, that's a foul.
Hard contact from Combs.
Again, when you play this press, you can't get beat over top because it's just a free drive. Combs did a great job getting back to contest it. And if he misses a shot here from the free throw line, it does good for him. It's a great foul, but you just got to have him miss. He's missed 2 already.
First one will go. Ford was perfect in the last contest, and he goes 0 for 2 to start this one. Now he's 1 for 3. Second free throw from Ford will go. Flint to bring it up court. The Eagles find themselves down by 6. Need something to get going on this offense. Here's Hines coming off a screen. Hands it off to Combs. Combs driving to the hole. Tucks through, hands it off McKnight. finishes at the hoop, brings it back within 4.
You have the guy come in, they collapse, you got the guy on the cut, easy bucket. Do it again until they stop it. Because I tell you what, with the way this defense is playing, they're not going to be able to. Keep running those off-ball screens, get the cut, get everyone to collapse when you drive inside with the first man.
Shot is blocked there. Watley will go up a second chance. Can't finish again. Rebound there by McKnight. McKnight's going to push it up, gets it to Peters. Peters driving the lane, pulls it back out, kicks over. Hines, elbow jumper. Around and down. Oh, my goodness. Foul's going to be called there on McKnight, as George was in tight on him. They're wanting a flagrant, but he was grabbing his arm. That's what I'm confused about. McKnight was trying to get him off of him. George
has been getting away with that. I said this to Burns earlier. He's been getting away with that all night, that little hook. It's been happening all night. The first time I saw it was in the second quarter. And McKnight
we saw it the first night with Hudson Roberts. He did it a couple times. I don't know if it's the plan to get in the Eagles' heads, but if it is, Schweitzer's doing a great job with it.
And McKnight talked to the official, or you saw him after that play and the previous play before that happened. He was like, hey, he's hooking me, call it.
McKnight being young, that's just a moment you can't have, because either way, even if it's not his fault, that could still come back to bite the Eagles, and he knows what happened, and he's trying to figure out. Here's Watley, stands at the volleyball line.
McKnight does got to be careful with 3 fouls.
Foul called there on Hines, and he is really confused about that. This place is erupting.
Hines with 3-2. Got to get a stop here.
The pass in play, looks for Roberts in the corner, finds Watley going up, throws it off the glass, won't finish. Rebound there by McKnight, looks up court, hits Hines in stride, pump fake off the glass, will go all tied up. 47 timeout, Coach Schweitzer, and the Eagles have found themselves back in it.
Hines got really risky right there. He should have just gone straight up with it. You don't need to pull back on that and go with the floater. You just need to go straight up with it. Lucky he got the bounce on that one, ties it up. Again, the transition game has been good, and they're starting to get a couple more drives inside, and they're tying it, and now the game's tied.
47-47. We'll be back after this short break, brought to you by Night Heating and Cooling. And we are back 47-all. The backyard brawl turning into a brawl at one point. And 6:31, it's a close one.
Blanson having a word with the official. One thing I do want to point out is Watley currently with 9. He's been a little bit, as we saw, a little bit out of control in terms of how he's been carrying the basketball. It's a little risky if you're McKnight or Hines, but somebody, if it's Peters especially, take the charge. Try and turn the ball over. Ozark's getting aggressive. Not just Watley, with any of these guys. Take the charge, get the ball back. Use their aggression against them.
Here's Ford, gets it off Roberts. Roberts guarded by Kemp. Foul's going to be called there on Kemp. Gets his hand inside of there, and now the Eagles are 1 foul away from putting the Tigers in the bonus. The Tigers haven't fouled yet this quarter.
And that was
4 fouls to none.
There was a little bit of fans who got a little bit mad at that call, but that was the right call. We saw it from where we were. He got a hand on the left wrist. That was the right call.
Looks inside for Watley, throws it a little too long. It's kept alive. Here's Combs pushing up the Kemp, pulling it back out over Hines, sets his feet for 3, no good. Rebound Peters. Peters will be fouled coming down by Michael Ford. And honestly, that's not the move you want there from Watley, saving that ball. I mean, an easy way to get the transition bucket. The Eagles can't capitalize.
If for anybody but Kemp, it would have been a transition bucket.
He just didn't have the size there going up with him. It was a smart play there by Kemp to pull it back.
That was the only guy on the court where pulling it back on that made sense.
Here's Kemp, looks inside. McKnight lowers his shoulder, goes up through contact, can't finish his second chance, won't go, gets his own rebound, spinning through, and 1! and 1 for 21. Make that 16 points for the freshman. Gives the Eagles a lead, and we haven't seen that for quite some time, Ryan.
Listen, both games, Ozark's been struggling to get the ball on defensive rebounds. Been saying it. Put the shoulder down, go up with them. They fouled. I mean, had a guy foul out, almost 2 guys almost fouled out the last time they played. Another guy's getting close to that, Cohen George with 4. Put the shoulder in, go to work. If you get it up, you're going to get fouled, and if you make the bucket, even better.
He can't convert at the line.
Again, Hudson Roberts or Michael Ford, do not let any of these 3 at the around the three-point line.
There's Ford for 3, won't go. Almost finished there by Garner. Fighting for it will be Watley. Goes up. He can't finish. Rebound there by McKnight. That will be called by McKnight, or not on McKnight, by Ford on the breakaway by McKnight. It will be Eagles basketball as they get 3 straight fouls unanswered.
And Watley is 0 for 4 in his last 4 shots. Not been making it down low when it counts right now. Again, the Eagles got to use this. Tigers aren't scoring. This is your chance to capitalize. Somebody's got to make a play.
49-47. Here's Hines. Moves it around. Won't finish at the hoop. There was Peters. Now here's Roberts.
I don't think there's any need to take that jump shot right there. I know you have space, but again, the jump shot for the Eagles just hasn't been working.
Here's Combs on the breakaway. Loses control of the basketball, taken away by Ford as he got bumped. Looks up court for Watley. Ford throws it away. It'll be Eagles basketball. Whoa, okay, they fixed the call. I was about to say I was about to lose it. The fans next to me were about to lose it. I think every Eagles fan was going to lose it.
Yeah, that would have been one of the craziest calls if that one was called out on Nixa. Timeout, I think, was called for the Eagles, so they'll have 3 left. Ozark has 2. But here, you got, all right, I wasn't going to say how much time they have left, but now they put the timeout clock on. So I don't know how much time is left in the game. But, again, 49-47. Watley's 3 for 11 right now from the field goal range. He's 1 for 1 from three-point line. He's only take 1 shot from him outside the arc. But if Watley gets inside, just put your hands up. He hasn't proven he's making the shot right now. No need to do anything crazy. No need to send an extra guy. He can't make the shot right now. And then from outside, in three-point land, there are 2 guys who have been doing a good job on getting shots up there. Hudson Roberts is 3 for 4, has 3 of the 5 makes. Kylan Pickering has 1. He's 1 for 1, and then Watley has made the other one. But again, if Roberts gets outside the three-point line, somebody's got to pick him up and stay on him. Do not let him get a shot off. Don't let him get the ball. And again, Ozark's going to – they're playing for their life right now. They're going to get aggressive. Use it against them. Try and draw charge, get in their heads, try and make them get a turnover and waste a possession.
Ryan, I thought it was hot in this gym when we first walked in. It's even hotter now.
I'm sweating.
So am I.
I wish I brought shorts, even though it's like 30 degrees outside.
Wasn't the best day to wear gray. Hands it off. Here's Jace Combs.
Wow.
Combs standing at the top of the key, moves it around the perimeter to Peters.
Wear an undershirt next
Peters
time.
now working his way through. Splits 2 defenders, throws it off the glass, and it is good. Now Roberts moving in transition. The Eagles now lead by 4. Picks up his dribble, looks inside. There's Watley stepping through, throws it off the glass, and it will go. 2-point game, 51-49 with 4:08 left on the clock. Watley now has 11 points.
That was a great move by Watley. Good step through, had the look. Had to do a little bit of a balancing game.
Peters for 3, no good. Fighting for the board will be McKnight. Foul will be called. It will be Ozark basketball.
And that's McKnight's 4th.
It's McKnight's 4th foul with 3:56. Coach Blanks is in disbelief. McKnight's in disbelief.
And you know what? If I'm
in disbelief.
If I'm Coach Schweitzer, you know what I'm doing? I'm taking every single possession. I'm putting whoever has the
Towards
ball,
McKnight.
and I'm running right towards McKnight. I'm going to try and get him the foul again and make him foul out. That's the only thing you need to do. Because McKnight currently at 18, tied for the leading scorer for the Eagles with Garrett Hines. If you're the Tigers, drive right into McKnight.
George at the line shooting 2. The first free throw won't go off the front iron. Kemp will exit. Flint will enter. 51-49. Georgia's second free throw is fired away, and it is good. 1 for 2 at the line. 51-50. 1-point game. The Eagles have had terrible luck in these 1-point games. I don't think they've won one when the game's within 4 points in the last 3 minutes.
It's playoff time now. It's time to change the narrative.
Here's Flint, controls it, guarded by Scott. Flint driving to the hoop, uses his speed off the glass, won't finish, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And I love that with Kevon Flint. He's got only 1 foul right now, so don't worry about him getting foul trouble. Calling ISO, he's got the quickness and the moves. Let him drive in.
Cantwell will head to the scores table. I'm guessing to grab McKnight here with 4 fouls, try to get him.
It could be to grab Pines or Peters, though. Might be Peters, honestly.
First free throw's no good from McKnight. It is Peters.
He's only got 3 points. Yeah, I figured that was who he was going to go off. He's not going to take McKnight out. He's the most athletic guy on the floor. Hines has got 18. Combs is your best shooter. And Flint's been doing the work right now. That was the only option you could have taken off.
Flint's second free throw won't go. Rebound there by Gardner. And the horror continues at the Cherry Stripe.
31% tonight. 4 for 13.
Here's Gardner, gets it over Watley. Watley stands at the top of the key, guarded by Cantwell over Roberts. Roberts now driving towards the hole, met by Flint. Taken away there by Combs. Flint will get it up court. He'll drive to the hoop, lays up the rim. It's blocked by Roberts. Foul will be called. He'll go to the line to shoot. And they're going to call either goaltending. They're going to call a foul there on Roberts. They're going to call goaltending.
Did it hit the backboard? Because I was kind of fast. It hit the backboard before the block. Because if that's the case, it should have been goaltending.
I'm thinking it was goaltending.
I thought it did too.
But here comes Flint to the line to shoot 2, and that could have been a big possession. Free throws away from Flint, and it is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, ball does not lie.
Roberts, a freak of nature out there.
He's been
one of the most athletic people in the area since I was.
It was a great play. It was a great play. He just got there half a second late.
Flint misses his second one. The Eagles only lead by 2.
Again, do not let Roberts get a chance to shoot this from outside the arc.
Falling to the ground there as Pickering keeps his dribble. Here's Gardner. Back over Pickering. I won't want Pickering to get in the area either. Inside, here's Watley, puts it up. Trap, kicks in the corner one more time. Far wing 3, no good. Rebound there by Hines. Lancet telling the Eagles to slow it down.
I agree.
2:44 on the clock, 52-50.
Call ISO again. Let Flint do his thing. He did a great job last possession. That's what they're doing. Let him drive inside when they collapse, kick it out.
Let him draw a foul. Let him go to the line, shoot more.
It's a mismatch.
Kicks it over, looks for Cantwell, will be tipped out of bounds. Actually kept alive there by Pickering, picked up his dribble, gets it over Scott, a turnover.
That was a great defensive play by Scott. Read Flint's eyes and got the pick before it went to Cantwell, because if it got to Cantwell's hands, it's a bucket.
Here's Watley, 2:15 on the clock.
This is a mismatch here. Somebody's got to help Cantwell, because if Watley gets an open look, his 1 3-point make was on Cantwell, and it's because he just wasn't fast enough.
Goes up, shot won't go. Flint fighting for the rebound, it slips out of his hand.
And Cantwell did such a good job to recover off that screen to get with him into the lane, but Flint's got to hold on to that basketball. With now under 2 minutes, that's a huge opportunity.
And our rules analyst out there in New York, Mr. Burns, and what I mean by New York, to the right of Ryan about inches. It was not goaltending on Roberts. It hit the backboard, or didn't hit the backboard. Roberts hit it off the backboard, and there's a round and down. Roberts for 3, and the Tigers have a lead with 1:50 on the clock.
Hey, calm your guys down. It's only a 1-point game. You got time left. Don't overthink it. Set the play up. Do what's been working. The inside has been working. Set an off-ball screen for McKnight or for Flint and get him or have Flint on an ISO and let them work. You don't have to do something new or do something you haven't done yet. Just go back to the well. Do what's been working. And with McKnight, if he gets fouled and makes it, that's huge. That swings momentum right in your favor. But this doesn't have to be some crazy drawn-up play for a 3-point shot in the corner. You're 3 for 19 from the 3-point land. If they do shoot a 3-pointer, Brad, I might throw my water bottle off the desk.
53-52. Combs will check into the game.
He is one of the few guys.
Flint will check out.
He is one of the few guys who's made a 3-point shot tonight. So I have confidence with him shooting the ball.
Has he?
Nope, I read the wrong column. He has not. I read the just.
I think he's only taken 2. Yeah, he's
taken 2. I read the wrong column. I read the normal field goal column. My fault.
And I'm looking around the gym. I see parents jumping up and down, holding their hands. I mean, praying to God. I mean, you see a little bit of mixed emotions here in Glendale. Here's Hines in the corner. Pull-up jumper. Won't go. Rebound, Peters. Peters will pull it back out. Bounce pass over Combs. Gets to Kemp, a minute 34 inside McKnight. McKnight back out. Combs sets his feet, fires for three. No good. Rebound. McKnight falls down to the ground. Fighting for it. It's in the hands. Jump ball is called, and it's going to be Ozark Tigers basketball.
You're in the bonus, a minute 25. You don't get a turnover. You're going to have to foul.
We're going to see the Flint brothers check in. Out comes Hines and Combs. A minute 25 on the clock. 53-52. The Eagles come out in a press. Gets it up, Gardner. Gardner guarded by Peters, looking to break it.
If this clock hits a minute 10, I'm fouling.
He'll drive to the hoop with ease and finishes at the hole. 55-52, this place is going crazy. Here's Kevon Flint. Back over, Kemp. One more time, Flint. Timeout call by the Nixa Eagles, and the Ozark Tigers has taken over Glendale. 55-52, we're gonna take a quick break, brought to you by Night Heating and Air. Coming back from the timeout called by the Nixa Eagles, 55-52. They look to stay alive in the district tournament with a minute 06 left. They need something to go their way, as not much has went their way.
And if you're Nixa,
4 minutes.
Move your feet. That last drive when the two missed three-point shots, no one was moving. I mean, it's easy to guard it when the ball's moving and your feet aren't. Move around, set some off-ball screens, make a play.
Here's Peters, moves around Foster. Foster gets it over. Here's Hines. Hines back over Kemp. He almost loses control of the basketball. Inside McKnight. He kicks it back out. Hines sets his feet for three. No good. Foul's going to be called. He'll go to the line for 3 shots.
This is huge.
Foul called there on Roberts. That's Roberts' 4th foul. 50.9 seconds.
I don't agree with the shot. I feel like Foster had a wide open cut to the lane that right side. Defense was late to get there. If he moves right when he cuts, he's got the lane and he's got the shot. But Hines has a chance to tie it.
The fate of Nixa sitting on the back of Garrett Hines. The first free throw's fired away, and it is good.
And here's where
the fundamentals come into play. This is what you've done since you were 4 years old.
Don't overthink it. It's the same distance that you've shot on since junior high, since middle school.
And they'll fall short on free throw number 2.
And now that you know
Wyatt Vincent and Kevon Flint will check into the game. Vincent's going to come in for that defensive presence, and he has 0 fouls, so why not put him in there?
And we've seen him before may take a charge in huge late game moments like this. And here, now that you know that you're not going to be up after this, foul immediately. Do not let them even get a chance to move the ball up the floor.
Hines' second free throw's fired away, and it is good. Timeout, or not timeout. We're actually going to see Hines come out. He's 2 for 3 at the line, brings it back within 1.
If you don't get a turnover, foul immediately.
50.9 seconds on the clock. Vincent will get the trigger man. Bounce pass over Watley. Over to Scott. Scott breaks the timeline, pulls it back out, gets it over to Watley. Pokes free there, fighting for it. McKnight on the ground. The Eagles are calling a timeout. It's going to be a jump ball. Are they going to call a foul or is it going to be a jump ball? Jump ball. It will be Nixa basketball with 33.6 seconds left. Coach Blanche has been calling a timeout for about 10 seconds.
McKnight is having the ball, swinging his elbows, fighting for his life. Blanchett screaming timeout.
They let them play it.
You got to know as a referee, make sure they have the ball before you blow your whistle.
Burns is right. You got to make sure they have the ball, and it was all over the place. 55, 54, 32 seconds left on the clock. Here's Flint. Flint over. Now Hines timeout called by the Nixa Eagles, and this is their last timeout. 27.4 seconds left on the clock.
If you're going to hold this for the last shot, I get it. But do not, I repeat, do not, if you're going to do that, not move your feet. Move around. Continue to set off-ball screens.
Drive to the hole.
Create space. Yes, drive to the hole. It's been working. And if you throw it to McKnight down low and they crash and he just has to dish it out quickly, do that. But I feel like if McKnight gets a chance inside and puts it up, he's going to get it to fall or he's going to get fouled. Maybe both, because that's happened a lot tonight. Ozark is having a hard time not fouling when they're down low like that. So I just don't understand why we're not continuously trying to attack the paint.
34 seconds left in the timeout. My heart's racing, Ryan. This game's all over the place. It's 55-54. I never thought a first-round game would be this close between the 3 and 6, but it is. Ozark's trying to put the Eagles on upset alert and send them to their spring sport a little earlier than expected. The winner of this goes on to play Kickapoo on Saturday. I believe it's at 4 o'clock.
You got a couple of Kickapoo guys up here, like Mason Robb's up here to the left of us here watching the game. A couple of other Kickapoo players up here watching to see who they're going to be playing tomorrow. Nixa faithful on their feet. You got to make a play. And I feel like if you do, if I'm Blanchett, I'm going to try and score early and then foul immediately.
Pass in.
I feel like they're 50% from the line. That's your best chance.
Inside McKnight, fighting through. Bounce pass out. Hines gets a man to jump. The pull-up jumper. It's good! Garrett Hines, 16 seconds on the clock. Here's Roberts, moving it up court. Double team brought on left. Watley wide open. Losing control. He'll be fouled and go to the line with 8.7 seconds on the clock. 56-55. The senior, the most Southern football signee, will stand with Ozark.
I've said it so many times. Garrett Hines, that jump shot is either the worst jump shot in basketball or it's pretty and it's beautiful. Great job drilling that jump shot. I thought you should have drove it in. My heart sank when I saw him shoot it. He made it, though, so I'm not mad. But Watley currently, no shots at the line. He went 2 for 6 in the last time his team played.
The first free throw is no good. The Eagles, Blanchett's telling the team to calm down. Cohen George is going to head into the game. Out comes Finn Scott. He'll go inside to try to get a rebound. 8.7 seconds on the clock, 56-55. Watley, second free throw. Will go, and it is good.
No timeouts.
Here's Kip to move it up court, 7 seconds on the clock. Gets it over Hines.
Don't rush it.
Hines, 3 seconds on the clock. Step back, throws it up, and it almost falls off the front iron. And folks, we have overtime in round number 1.
Hey, if you're Blanchett and if you're Schweitzer, calm your guys down. You still got, 4 minutes for overtime in high school
4
basketball?
minutes.
Is it 4 minutes, Burns? 4 minutes, okay. You got 4 minutes. Here, if I'm Nixa, first drop. So who gets the ball? Possession, arrow is pointing.
Jump ball.
Oh, it's a jump ball? Okay, I thought it went with possession. My fault.
Jump ball, each team gets 1 extra timeout.
1 extra timeout, jump ball. Thank you, rules analyst Jordan Burns. First possession, if I'm Ozark, again, I'm attacking wherever Hines, wherever McKnight are. Both have 4 fouls, about to foul out. Attack them if you get the shot up and make it cool, but if you get them to foul, it takes out one of the 2 leading scorers for the Eagles. You get them off the floor. That takes your chances to win up in this game tremendously. And if you're the Eagles, drive inside. You have Cantwell checking into the game. If anything, use Cantwell as a decoy. Throw it in, watch.
Fouls stay as is. It'll be everything shooting from now on.
Everything shooting from now on.
They shouldn't have it. Should stay foul. Yeah, there they go.
And
Got it fixed.
I would use Cantwell as like a decoy here. Like throw it inside to him, watch defense collapse. And he's got good ball vision.
Cantwell,
Good,
hold up.
He's got
Cantwell cannot put the ball on the floor.
No.
He needs to keep it high because we see that way too often, the ball getting poked free from him. He needs to keep it high and dish it out as much as possible.
yeah, he's been good at that all year. And you got McKnight and you got Kemp, who are good streaky guys who can get in. Peters can make that play. This is where leaders step up. This is just a battle of who wants it more, ladies and gentlemen.
This is where if you want your name going down in the books, I understand it's only round number 1, but it's Ozark Nixa, who didn't expect this. Jump ball is won, and is won by the Eagles. Took me a second to get it off.
Hey, take your time. It's only 4 minutes. You don't have to rush anything.
Here's McKnight working inside. Pass tipped away, but finds Hines. Hines been the clutchest man in this gym so far tonight. 22 points. Stands at the Misha logo on the far front court. Moves it around. 3:40 on the clock. The Eagles are just sitting here chewing some clock off. Back to Hines. Hines moving the ball around back to Kemp. Back to Hines. Near wing. Hands it back off. Kemp standing in center court.
Got a lot of movement. Some people got to move their feet, set some screens, do something.
Here's Kemp, gets it over Hines. Hines moves it around. Back over Hines. The Eagles are now holding the ball for a full minute.
Taking full advantage of the no shot clock on Missouri High School basketball.
And I can tell you, a lot of people are going to be mad about this.
Hey.
But it's a Hartville special, and who doesn't love it?
You don't write the rules, you just play by them.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Amen.
Back out. Here's Kemp, hesitates, thinks about it.
He shouldn't have
pulls
shot
it back out. Here's Hines. 2:40 on the clock, a minute 20 drain.
If you're going to hold the ball this long, you got to score.
You might as well just try to hold it as long as possible.
No, you don't want to hold it for the whole game or for the whole overtime period.
Might as well. Inside, here's Peters, poked free. Will stay with the Eagles. 2:27 on the clock, and
you got the cut right there. It was a good tip to keep that in. But again, I mean, you might want to. No one's guarding the inbound guy. Throw it in and get a quick cut to Kemp. No one's guarding him.
Here's Peters standing at the top of the key, back over Hines. 2:25 on the clock. Hines will hold it, steps up as Roberts. He'll break the count. Gets it over. Now to the far front court stands Kemp. 2:14 on the clock.
You know,
no one presses up. Here comes Roberts. The count starts. Moves it around. Peters.
I'm a runner. My heartbeat's beating faster during this game than any of the workouts I've done right now.
The Eagles now have held the ball for 2 minutes. 2 minutes straight of possession. The Tigers have 0. Kemp moving it around now. Scott playing pressed up defense. Gets over Hines. 56-56. Back over to Kemp.
This is the way to do it. Just look for the right shot. But, I mean, it doesn't matter how long you hold the ball. No one's moving the feet. You got to move. Get an opening.
Here's Cantwell inside. Back out Hines. Hines telling the Eagles to calm down. He's been the leader so far tonight. Back over Kemp. A minute 29. Moving it around.
We're going to hold the entire overtime if we don't get a right shot.
And 20 seconds, a minute 17 now. The Eagles might hold this for 3 straight minutes.
We're going to. They might get to 3.5, maybe even 4 if it's Blancett's way. Again, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Screen brought on. Pulling it back out by Kemp.
You had the screen. You
Gets
had a
it
chance.
over Hines. Roberts wanting to jump that, and the Eagles have held it for 3 straight minutes now, moving it back around. 56 seconds left on the clock. Seconds now counting down.
And this is
Scott presses up. Screen brought on by McKnight. Scott backs off.
And this is where everybody who voted for the shot clock is going to tell the people who didn't vote for the shot clock that this is why. But, I mean, it's just the game.
I hated the rule, and now I love the rule. You want to keep the ball.
You hate the rules when they don't.
You want the ball in the hands of Peters, Kemp, or Hines. You don't want to get it inside.
Give it to
McKnight. Just in case of the foul. 29 seconds left. When will the Tigers start counting? The count starts. Or start fouling, excuse me. 23 seconds left on the clock.
If I'm Schweitzer, I might in a minute. If they get this ball to Cantwell, I am.
Timeout called by the Nixa Eagles, and they're going to set something up with 18.9 seconds on the clock. And Coach Blanchett holds the ball for the entirety of overtime. And I'm telling you right now, he is loving it.
First of all, if I'm Blanchett, even though Cantwell's on the court, I might sub him out, but I'm not. If the ball goes anywhere near Cantwell and he gets the ball, if I'm Ozark, just swing, throw it, hit his arm, do something. Yeah, I figured that he was going to check him out. Thank you, Jordan Burns. But
it'll be.
And at this point, if it gets to. I mean, the Eagles have only shot 39%. Kevon Flint is 1 for 5 at the line. I don't know if he's in right now. So if Flint gets to the line here, if I'm Ozark, I'm hacking him, trying to get a foul.
Is it Kevon Flint or Jace Combs? Will be Kevon Flint into the no. It'll be Jace Combs into the game for the Eagles, who is probably the best shooter in the court, and I wouldn't be shocked if he would be taking the shot.
but you're also 3 for 21 from three-point land. So I don't like shooting a three-point ball at all. But you know what? I'm not Blancett. I'm not the coach. I can't make these decisions. I'm just the guy who is in a class that allows me to talk to a bunch of people on a free audio listening or a paid listening if you paid for it. If you did, welcome.
And Burns is cackling over there. 18.9 seconds on the clock. The winner goes on to round number 2. The fans of the Eagles on their feet. Throwing to the backcourt, here's Kemp. 17 seconds on the clock. Roberts guarding Kemp, gets it over Combs. The Eagles setting up the offense, screen coming on. 10 seconds on the clock. Here's Kemp in the corner, sets his feet, fires, no good. Rebound by Watley. 5 seconds on the clock, pushes up. Here's Pickering. Pickering driving. Gets Combs a jump at the buzzer, no good. Folks, we have another overtime. Oh my goodness, my heart is racing. Folks, we're going to overtime number 2. And Kylan Pickering, the freshman, almost ends the Eagles season.
What time
4
is
more
it?
minutes of basketball.
It's 10:03, guys.
It's 10:03.
This game started at 8:30. We're in double overtime.
Hey, same rules apply. Each team gets 1 full.
Gotcha.
Same rules as the last overtime. We'll be
All
back
right.
after this short break, brought to you by Central Gas and Propane.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say I'm opening prop bets for longest possession for this overtime period. Starting's at 2.5. Over under can be taken.
It'll be George and Cantwell meeting at the middle. The jump ball is won by the Tigers. 56 seconds, gets the ball into the hands of Roberts.
Don't foul. If they're everyone's in the bonus. Don't foul. McKnight and Garrett especially don't foul.
Kevon Flint moves back over. Here's Roberts.
He'll check in for probably Cantwell.
Now Pickering moves it around back to Scott. Scott looking for anyone, gets it over George. Pickering now moves it around George to Roberts, left wide open for 3, no good. Off the top of the whatever it's called,
The strap.
the strap.
Thank goodness we
And
didn't experience another
guys,
kickapoo.
we saw the ball hit the thin silver one, but not the big black one in Kickapoo.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Still top of backboard. Here, again, I've said this in a couple of games all year. When you hesitate on that wide open look, your chances of making the shot go down. If you get the ball that wide open, don't think. Just go. You don't have to think about it. You know it's open. You know you have the shot. You know you have time to set your feet. But don't take your time. That throws off your form, throws off the base of your shot. Once you get it, just shoot.
Here's Kevon Flint, 3:21. And the Eagles might do it again. They're just moving the ball around. A little more movement than last time.
So if we get to about 1:22, that's going to be 2 minutes.
That'll be the...
We're going to need to get to 52 seconds for the 51 for the 2.5 to hit.
Here's Hines. The pull-up jumper will go! Garrett Hines with 24.
That is the
Eagles have the lead.
That is the most coin flip of a basketball shot, but he's making it. Congrats, Garrett. You're making my heart drop every time he takes that shot.
Throwing inside, it's a turnover. Eagles basketball.
Hey, hold it. Play keep away.
And Garrett Hines just hit the first down. Going the other way.
Hey.
Now they have to guard us.
Yeah.
Yep, and if I'm Schweitzer, I might foul straight up.
It's going to be man.
I'd foul him straight up after they get this ball. I want the ball back.
Yeah, they just said foul 21.
Just don't let Roberts foul because he's your best three-point shot tonight, and he's got 4.
Yeah, they're saying foul 21, and that's exactly right. Once 21 gets the ball, foul him.
If anything, have Stover foul. He's got 0 tonight, and he's guarding Flint right now.
Wadley only has 1. Flint has a hole. Grabs it back in his jersey. A foul finally called. And I mean, we saw about a full foot of jersey grab.
And there's
there.
the grab you saw on the replay. It was a clean. It was Burns says there was contact on the arm.
But how wasn't there a foul called before that? He got his jersey grabbed and it's pulled back. Kevon Flint at the line, a chance to make it a 2-possession game. First free throw is good.
Here it is again.
Here, maybe. We were going to try and play the replay again. It's not going to work, but Burns did say there was a little bit of contact. I'm going to trust the rules analysts.
Second free throw from Flint is good. The Eagles have a 4-point lead. Now moving it up court will be Hudson Roberts, 2:15 on the clock.
Do not let Roberts get any type of space behind the three-point line. Don't let Watley get it inside. Do those two things and stay on forward. You'll be all right.
Guarded, moving it around. Here's Gardner in the corner. Ford, jab step drive, back out Pickering. Pickering picks up his dribble at the elbow, bounce pass over Ford. Ford struggles to handle it, gets it back off. Now he'll drive, kicks in the corner. Roberts for three, off the top of the hoop, and it will be Eagles basketball with 1:50 left.
Peters did a great job, stood with him the whole time, jumped, got his hands up in him. In that situation, if you're Roberts, it should be common knowledge. Pump fake that. With nerves like this, every guy's jumping at that. You get a pump fake, you got a wide open look.
Here's Flint moving it up court. And it's poked free in the hands of Pickering. It's a big turnover. Pickering looking to go coast to coast. Euro step through the lane. Throws it up the glass, and it is good. Timeout called by Coach Schweitzer.
That is one of the most clutch and prettiest layups I've seen. I don't know why it says Ozark has 4 timeouts left and Nixa has 1. It should just be one full.
I think they do. It's you get an extra timeout each time, right? Yeah, so they add up. So that's why they have 4 timeouts. He had 2 timeouts left at the end of the fourth. One.
Really?
And then it adds again, yeah. 60-58, 1:36 left on the clock.
I'm supposed to be the professional. I'm learning new things about the sport.
Ryan, you know how Eric always says he burns 1,000 calories watching the little kids play basketball at halftime?
That's 2,000 watching this.
Yeah, it's doubling it.
I'm gonna get some food when I get home. I'm gonna need some food. I'm hungry now. You got even some of the Central guys currently on the left side of the stage area watching this game.
Tyreek Brooks, Keon Epps.
I mean, you got no one's leaving. This gym is packed to say it might be even a little bit more packed than it was at the start of the game.
1:36 on the clock. Burns, you building up a sweat over here?
He's also wearing a jacket. Also, oh, you're wearing gray.
He's wearing a gray jacket. Pass into Kemp.
Wear an undershirt next time.
Gets it up. McKnight, and they're going to foul right away. Smart foul there. Send McKnight to the line.
He's 2 for 5. 45% from the line right now are the Eagles.
And Wyatt Vincent will head back to the scores table to check in. And like we said, Coach Blanchett thinks he's probably one of the biggest defensive threats the Eagles have. He also has a fresh slate on fouls.
He's also got a bunch of energy. He's not been used too much, only in these types of situations.
McKnight
he's got the energy.
Misses the first one.
Hey, you're good. Check it off.
Vincent will check in with 1:31. Flint will go back with Pickering. Assuming Vincent will follow Roberts. Second free throw coming from the freshman, Adam McKnight. He sets and shoots, and it is good.
That's a 3-point game. And he is 3 to tie. Again, do not let Roberts get an open shot.
The MSU baseball commit will follow the Arkansas baseball commit all around the floor. Gets it over. Here's Watley, 1:16. Gets it over. Roberts. Roberts driving in on Vincent. Finds the hole. Goes up. Throws out the glass. It is no good. He'll go to line 2, shoot 2.
I don't know about the foul there. Peters went straight up. Didn't lean forward. Got his hands straight. I don't know how I feel about that foul. Burns? Was that a foul on that one? Peters went straight up. Then leaned forward. He bumped into him. I don't know how that was called a foul.
He may have bumped him a little bit because he jumped.
Oh, yeah, but I think he jumped before the contact got there.
Roberts' first free throw is good.
Yeah, but if you jump and you're in the air, he has the right to go through you.
Roberts being very athletic since a young age. I got to play some baseball with him when I was younger, and he was an absolute stud, and he's continued to do that in 2 sports now.
Leading scorer right now needs another one.
Second free throw is no good. Fighting for the board. It will find Gardner. He loses control but finds Ford. 61. Here's Pickering for three. He does not have it. Fighting for the rebound will be McKnight. It hits off the leg of off of Flint. It will be Ozark basketball. Vincent will check into the game. Out comes Hines. 1:02 left on the clock. I really thought, and I was going to get a timeout call from Schweitzer, but I really thought that hit off the leg of Watley, but I guess the ref saw Flint.
I don't really know either, but that was a close one. 1:02 left.
We're going to take a quick break, brought to you by Night Heating and Air. A minute 02, not the Eagles, the Tigers have the ball on the baseline. The trigger man will be Roberts. He has to keep his feet set there.
Call me crazy. The moment they inbound this ball, I'm fouling. It forces them to make two, and if they miss one, you get the ball up.
Here's Ford, gets it around, finds Watley cutting back door. The layup is good. All tied at 61, 56 seconds on the clock. The Eagles just need to sit back and relax. Moves it around, timeout called by the Nixa Eagles.
Hines goes to the scorer's table. Again, you have 50 seconds left. Hold it. Go for the last shot again. You do not want to give Ozark the ball. And if you're Schweitzer and they go to do that, they're 50% from the line, so it'd be a little bit of a gamble to foul them. But if it's a chance, if it's like McKnight, foul them. Again, I hate the game, not the player. If they do it, I mean, it'd be smart because if you get them to foul, if they make both of them cool, be the same as them making an actual basket. And if they miss one or even two, it makes it way easier for you to play in your next series on the offense.
(61-61). We have a close one on our hands.
Yes, we do.
It keeps getting hotter and hotter here in Glendale.
51 seconds?
I think so, yes. I'm going to stand outside for a good 5-10 minutes after this game.
Yeah, it's going to feel great until we get really cold after.
I don't care. I'd rather be cold than this.
The 5 on the court for the Eagles. Kevon Flint, Devin Kemp, Adam McKnight, Garrett Hines, and Josh Peters.
Throw it straight in the backcourt as far as you can. Do not let him get a chance at getting this basketball.
Gets it up court. 48 seconds left on the clock. Here's Devin Kemp. You just can't have a turnover if you're the Eagles. Gets it up to Kevon Flint. Back out. Here's Kemp. Kemp breaks the count. He stands there with 25 seconds, chews some clock. I think it needs to be a last second shot. Don't even let them have a chance of getting anything off.
But if I'm Ozark here, break the count. Start getting the countdown. You got 14 seconds left. Get him to move.
Roberts will switch on to Hines, pressed up there. 8 seconds on the clock. Driving to the hoop, throws it up, can't finish, fighting for the board. Will be Peters, comes down, Roberts. He throws it at the buzzer. No good. We have a third overtime here in Glendale, 61 all. We'll be back after this short break. Brought to you by Central Gas and Propane. The program's being waved around the faces of many fans here in Glendale as it might be 90 degrees.
It's only heating up.
It's only heating up.
It's going to reach 100 degrees in this building if we go to another overtime. Someone's got to end it.
Tip is away, and it is won by the Tigers for a second straight time. Dribbling up court, here's Hudson Roberts. Over Ford. Top of the key, George. George finds Roberts coming off a backdoor screen. Moves back around. Pickering. Pickering bounce pass over Ford. Ford standing on the near wing, gets it up top. Watley. Back over Ford, 3:37. Hands it back off. Here's Pickering driving to the hoop, picks up his dribble, bounce pass over.
That's a double. I think that might have been a double dribble right there. It was. That should have been a turnover, but.
Here's George. Hands it off, Watley. Watley over to Ford. Well, keep away here.
A little taste
Breaks
on
the minute
medicine.
mark.
I love it.
Eagles need to create some sort of turnover here. Gets it over Pickering, and it's a big turnover. Nixa ball with 2:53. The Eagles catch a big break.
Brad, you spoke it into existence, and high five for that one. Thank you.
He's a freshman chance, kind of telling him he can't handle it.
I love it.
Pickering has been nothing but special.
I'd also
throughout
love
these past
if
two
they
games.
turn on an AC in here.
I heard the AC was broken.
That would make sense. I feel like I'm back in the FOT building for a practice.
The thought building, don't even remind me, dude. Those are awful. Standing at the Glendale logo, 10-20. Gets it over, here's Peters. Bounce pass back over to Kemp. Will the Eagles hold for one last one? 61 all. Screen brought on, put it back out by Hines. Kemp holds it at the Glendale logo, 2:17. The boos coming from the Ozark side.
We don't care.
Here's Hines. Moves it back over to Kemp. Kemp starts his dribble as the count starts, moves it over Peters. Peters poked in the backcourt, picked back up by Kemp, reaching in there forward.
Be careful, you don't want to foul. I mean, if anything, it'd stop Nixa from just hogging the ball. But, again, you don't want to foul. Ford wouldn't be the worst guy to foul. He's only got 2.
The boring chance now coming from the Ozark side. 61 all, a minute 37. It's 10:21 here on the Thursday night. Folks, we have school tomorrow. Inside out basketball. Hines fires for 3. It's good. I lost my headset in the process, but the Eagles have a 3-point lead.
Get a helmet strap for your headset, Brad. Keep it on your head.
I stepped on my strap.
It is a little tight up here. I get that, but you got to keep it on your head.
Looks back door. There's Pickering fighting through contact. Throws it up, and it is good. A minute 11. The Eagles have a 1-point lead. Bounce pass over. Here's Kemp, 64-63.
Don't turn the ball over.
Gets it to McKnight. They're calling for a foul timeout call by the Eagles.
Good timeout call by Blanza. He immediately saw running over to foul him. He takes his one timeout for the third overtime period with 58.9 left. Once they take it off for the timer, it's 58.9 left to go here in the third overtime.
I can't believe I lost my headset. That was a big 3. Are we kidding me, man? That's just heartbreaking.
You know, the Blackhawks game that started at 8 might end before this basketball game the way it's going.
What?
I said the Blackhawks hockey game is going to end before this one does, and it started at 8.
34 seconds left in this timeout. 64-63, the Eagles lead. They have possession of the ball. I believe they have the possession arrow as well.
They do. Trying not to step on your headset wire. My bad, Brad.
No timeouts for the Eagles.
3 for the Tigers as they do stack from the end of the fourth quarter and the overtime periods. So Coach Schweitzer does have 3 timeouts at his disposal. Gray's going to make sure his headset doesn't fall off. If there's another big basket,
Yeah,
which there's going to be, because someone's got to end this game.
27 points from the senior.
I will say
a career game
Garrett has
for
stepped
the
up.
S&T commit.
Garrett has stepped up when he's needed to.
He has came so far since the beginning of the year. Here's Kemp.
We could use him one more
Hands
time.
it off, McKnight. Foul will be called. He got hit in the face there.
I think it was just the reaction to him getting hit in the arm. He didn't get hit in the face.
I don't think he got a hand there. But we'll send McKnight to the line to shoot 2. He needs at least 1.
No, he needs both. In a game like this, you need both. You don't want to leave anything up to chance.
The freshman at the line. The first free throw is away, and it is no good. No grace from the rim there.
Here, if I am Blancett, and I've already said this many times, I get it. You guys probably tired of me saying it. If McKnight makes this, foul.
Cantwell will head back to the scores table. Second free throw will not go. 64-63. Timeout called by Coach Schweitzer with 47.7 seconds left. We'll be back after this break, brought to you by Night Heating and Air. We are back from that break, brought to you by Night Heating and Air, and hopefully Night Heating and Air will head over to Glendale sometime soon to get this AC fix.
Or really tomorrow night.
Yeah, by Saturday, please, or tomorrow night.
I mean, they're not going to turn the AC on.
Tomorrow night, the girls play Republic at 8 o'clock in the semifinals.
I mean,
And that's a big game right there.
I'll say this. They're not going to turn the AC on when it's 30 degrees outside, but I'd like it if they did.
I don't think there is an AC unit, Ryan, to be completely honest
There
with
probably is. Nah. I could see it going either way. If Ozark just plans on holding this, I'm going to foul him.
Here's Gardner, looks for Pickering. Picks up his drill, fading away. Shots blocked by Peters. He gets his own rebound. Bounce back out. Here's Roberts. Vincent's guarding Roberts with 30 seconds left on the clock. He'll hand it back off Pickering. Poked away there by McKnight. He'll be having a breakaway. Drives to the hoop, goes up. He fouled hard. And a big takeaway there by McKnight. The Eagles bench asking for a flagrant. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That close proximity, two guys just mugged. Adams was fighting a phone booth at that point.
He went through his arm just like they're supposed to do. It was hard, but no touchdown.
A hard fall there from McKnight. Blancis gives him some words. The freshman stands with 20.6 seconds on the clock. The first free throw's fired away, and it is no good.
Shake it off. You're fine. Hey, you're good. You just need one.
A big free throw here coming from the freshman forward. The second shot's fired away, and it is no good. Rebound by Watley. Timeout called by Coach Schweitzer. 19.7 seconds left on the clock.
And he's got
McKnight
one left.
is clearly frustrated with himself.
Hey, shake it off, dude. You got 19.7 left. Again, this Ozark team is shooting 50%. That's a coin flip, but they're going to hold it. So if you're Nixa and you want to guarantee the last shot, foul. I mean, I know
I don't want to give him, you can't give him the lead, though. I mean, if you foul and they drill both, they have the lead, and yeah, you have the last shot, but the odds of hitting a buzzer beater are very slim. I'd rather have Ozark have the ball in their hands and see what they can do with it rather than Nixa.
I know, but Ozark's been the way more efficient team shooting from deep. That's why I don't feel comfortable having them in a buzzer beater scenario. I mean, they're shooting 50%, so anything stats-wise would tell you they're going to go 1 for 2 based on how they went tonight. And if that's the case, it's tied. Listen, this is when it's high risk, high reward. If you're going to take a gamble, you can't think twice about it. One of these coaches is going to have to commit. They're going to want to risk that gamble.
The Eagles have a 1-point lead, and it's a close battle. Ryan, I've fully now sweated through my shirts. .7 seconds on the clock, 64-63. It'll be Ozark ball on the other end.
I need this program. I am hot in this gym. There you go, Brad.
It's just creating more hot air, Ryan.
No,
Well,
I feel better.
the Eagles are going to press here. Pass into Watley. Hit control with 17 seconds left on the clock. Gets over Pickering. 13 seconds left on the clock. Pickering over Ford. Ford looking for anyone driving toward the lane. Kicked out. Here's Gardner. Gardner driving to the hoop. Goes up. Shot is blocked. 4 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds. Pickering. 2. Step back at the buzzer. No good. The Eagles do it in 3 overtimes. 64-63. The Eagles will play Kickapoo Saturday at 4. A big win for the Nixa Eagles. Cutting it close, but getting the job done.
And Brandon Clark, the AD, had to stop the students from rushing the court.
And a hard-fought battle by the Tigers falls short, forcing the 3-seed Eagles into 3 overtimes, 64-63.
Hey, Nixa, I get it. It's the playoffs. It's going to happen again. But don't make my heart beat that fast again, please.
Yeah, beat that fast, dude. I got to go to school tomorrow morning.
Listen, but it's Friday. It's Friday. It's not. Imagine doing this on a Monday. Imagine having to do this game on a Monday knowing you have 4 more days left. Okay, it could be worse. It's Friday tomorrow, all right? But here, all I'm saying, Eagles, glance it, go home, get a good night's sleep, and work on the film tomorrow because you got a test in the semifinal game. A little bit of bad blood between 2 teams. It's going to be good. You beat one rival. Now you got to beat one more to get to that district championship to try and finally get over that bump. Blance has been trying to get over.
64-63. The Eagles come out on top, folks. Tomorrow night at 8, the Nixa girls take on the Republic Tigers, and Saturday at 4, the Nixa Eagles take on the Kickapoo Chiefs. A rematch after the buzzer beater from Reese Kimmery. From Ryan Swanson, I'm Brady Retone, signing off.